Let that be a lesson to me. Don't let that be a lesson to me. I don't want to take 11 months to draft the next fantasy romance book. No. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Emily, and welcome back to another unspecified writing vlog where Emily outlines 82 different projects and doesn't know what she's doing with any of them, but she'll get there one of these days. Today is Wednesday, May 15th. We are halfway through the month, and my main goal for the month, if you missed the last vlog, is I am editing my fantasy romance novel, The Wind and the Wild. I am trying to developmental and line edit one chapter a day. I've got my little planner going. As of yesterday, I have finished up until chapter 17. I still have a few brackets left over, but they're not major revisions, so I have to edit chapter 18 today, which is a short chapter, so maybe I'll go back and look at the brackets in the other two chapters that I just left because my brain went, nah, we're not doing that. So that's the main thing. The other main thing is I have started drafting Project Bear, which is the second fantasy romance novel. I've written 1,000 words on that. I need to start writing on that consistently. That's the word I'm looking for. Consistently. It's so overcast and gloomy. And I'm also just outlining everything. I have a lot of ideas. A lot of ideas. I think I've outlined 4 or 5 things. Not outlined in total. I think I have started outlining 4 or 5 things this month. The main secondary project after Bear is going to be a young adult science fiction fantasy type of story. I'm calling that Project Wildcat. I've also been outlining another fantasy romance book. I outlined Project Viking a little bit and decided I'm still putting that on the back burner for right now. Oh, what? I outlined something else. No? Oh, I've been working on outlining Thistle again. Thistle is my lit RPG, old grandpa epic fantasy story. And I'm also just considering something else. And at this point, like, I think I've picked my main 2 projects, which is Bear and Wildcats. Why do I have animal names for all of them? Doesn't matter. Point is, my mind is like cycling through a bunch of other ideas. I may pick something short to write. Not sure if I will. I've been outlining and drafting Bear and outlining the sci-fi. If I start picking away at some other story, like, I'll tell you if it becomes serious. You know, at this point, I just keep starting little things and outlining little things for later and maybe like writing a few paragraphs, and at this point it's getting a little unwieldy that I'm telling you guys about every single time I do this because it's getting ridiculous. So if I pick like a third project seriously and like seriously work on it, I'll let you know. Until then, just assume I'm working on Bear, Wildcats, and I'm doing other things because my brain is like, so that's what we're doing this month. I also have gotten all the novellas back from Natalia for In Dying Starlight, so I gotta reformat those and finish the covers. I gotta relaunch that series as quickly as possible. Also, we are so close to being able to do the comic Kickstarter. I have not had enough coffee to be this, I don't know what this energy is. In case you missed it, we got the prototype of Day, the little main character. He's so adorable. He just sits in your hand. Oh my god. I am waiting on a second prototype to try a different fabric because I'm just a little bit worried that like the details of his face get kind of lost in the fuzziness, even though the fuzziness is amazing. So we're trying one more fabric type, and then I'll get to pick. I should get pictures of that within a day or 2, and it takes a couple days to ship, so I'm crossing my fingers. So that's what I'm doing. That and like other stuff, but that's the main things. 2 months we're gonna have another Camp Nano. Oh, less than 2 months. It's the middle of May. Okay, time to get off the camera and try to get my life together. It is Friday, May 17th. I'm doing something. I'm a little bit behind on my editing. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to do a chapter and a half today because I did a chapter, well, a chapter and 2/3 today because I did a chapter and a third yesterday. Like 1 day behind if I continue at my 1 chapter per day pace. We are here. We're getting there. We're getting there. I spent the entirety of yesterday, not the entirety of yesterday, like half an hour yesterday. It felt like all of yesterday because it sat in my brain for a long time. Planning out my entire summer. Should I do a vlog or a quarterly goals list? I'll just tell them to you guys. I wrote down a list of everything I need to do because it hit me the other day that August is like 2 months away. Basically. Got my Kickstarter for the fantasy romance in August. And I've got the Kickstarter for the comic and him in a week, 10 days. The second prototype is definitely not getting here in time to do it on the 21st, so anyway. But I have a lot of art to do, both for the fantasy romance book, but also for In Dying Starlight, because I'm thinking I should relaunch that, like, immediately. And also I want to stay on top of my writing so I don't get behind at any point, and so I decided to write down summer plans so I don't go crazy, which is finish the major line developmental edits on The Wind and the Wild. Hopefully that's this chapter pass is what I'm talking about. After that, I will like fill in final brackets, have the computer read it to me, and give it to beta readers, and continue editing it. But like the major thing I'm trying to get done within the next 2 weeks. Write 10 to 20,000 words a month on Bear, and then I can do whatever I want with the rest of my word count per month. Finish formatting and all the cover design for all the In Dying Starlights, get them all set up on IngramSpark. I know I've said some of this before, but I had to organize it now. Make the final adjustments to the Nightfallen comic, get the second proof, and ask the printer about the foiled edition proof because that's way more expensive. Figure out any final changes on day here, which will include getting the second prototype, picking, and making sure the face is good. 8 to 10 illustrations I need to do on The Wind and the Wild. Hopefully I would like to finish the book before August. It can't be edited before August, but if I finish all the illustrations, I could possibly get one of the special edition proof copies early. I don't know if I'm willing to spend a little bit more money. And so I went and I broke them down into like May, June, July, and the beginning of August, and each week, and like what would be the best thing to do each week so that I stay on top of everything. And I didn't do anything for this week because it's already Friday. I'm gonna get started on it, but for like week 3 of May, I have continue editing, draft Bear, outline other things, work on One in Dying Starlight cover, format 5 and 6, make the final changes to Nightfall, and then order the second proof. You know, that's next week. And I did that for the next, like, 11 weeks. Do I know if I can stick to it? Absolutely not, but we can try. Oh, yeah. I finally got this channel monetized. It's been 5.5 years since I started it. Finally got it monetized. I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers. So what I think I'm gonna do, let me check exactly how many I'm at right now. As of today, I have, loading, 1,936 subscribers. So I'm thinking, since I just managed to monetize this channel, and I've been waiting for that for a specific reason, we will probably get to 2,000, you know, within the next couple of weeks or so. I have been planning, as soon as I monetize this channel, to upload the entire Under the Earth audiobook as a video. It is currently exporting in Adobe Media Encoder. It is going to take 82 years to export because it's over 10 hours long. Can't imagine how long it's going to take to upload to YouTube after that. I think that will be the celebration for 2,000 subscribers. So, that should be fun. We got plans. We're getting down to the wire on things. Lots of plans, which also includes social media, so I'm gonna stop the camera. Okay, here's what we're doing. It's Monday, May 20th. My desk is just chaos. I'll show you really quick what I'm doing. Sneak peek. New In Dying Starlight cover. Unresolved textual tension. Lots and lots of pens. And a snack. What did we do over the weekend? Stuff. Editing The Wind and the Wild. The camera keeps telling me the tracking is canceled. Okay. That's fine. I finished editing part 2 this morning. This is what we look like. We're a little bit ahead of schedule now because Saturday I edited chapters 21 and 22, and then yesterday I edited chapter 23, and part of 24, what I did was 24 and 25 were kind of, it's a transition chapter, and it wasn't very good, and it was too long, and it was ruining the pacing, so I put 24 and 25 all into one chapter and started cutting out stuff. I cut out almost 1,000 words of that chapter. It's still a little bit long, though, so I edited it as much of to my ability, that's not how words work. I edited that chapter to the best of my ability. And I left a little label on it saying I'm going to come back to it later. I'm going to continue on. I think it's okay. And I'm going to continue on with the rest of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chapters I have left to go. And when I come back to that, I'm going to do one more, not like a full pass, but going to go through looking for all the brackets and filling them in, and I'll just reread that chapter on its own. Today, this week, thusly begins the getting all of my stuff together, because I have 2 Kickstarters in the next 2.5 months to do. June, July, half of August, half of May. We're going to call that 3 months. It makes it feel less. It's like 11 weeks. That's almost 3 months. But, you know, I'm going to be doing this cover for In Dying Starlight this week, book 9 cover, format books 5 and 6, all the regular Kickstarter stuff. Keep on editing a chapter a day. Right now I'm trying to write 800 words a day on Bear, just because that would get me like 10K on it by the end of the month, which would be nice. Oh yeah, I started like 3 different art pieces for The Wind in the Wild, and by started I mean like I blocked in some colors and then gave up. What have I got? I started doing the illustration for part 2. I started doing the case cover design, kind of got somewhere with that, and then went, and I started doing the cover. I'm possibly the most solid on where I'm going with the cover. It's very difficult to decide. I'm staring at it right now. It's very difficult to decide what kind of thing I'm going to go for, because fantasy romance books, they either fall into like the stylistic covers, which is very popular, or like the couples on the cover, which is also very popular. But this book is it's cozy. It's not very, you know, the love interest is not hulking in the background in a sexy pose threateningly, you know? The very common fantasy romance book cover trope where he's like standing behind her with his hand around her neck, and no matter if it's that type of book or not, it's not that. So, it's very cute. It's like a dancing cover is what it is. Whilst putting in little bits of symbolism in there. I fully expect that this cover shall take me out like every other cover that has ever existed that I've had to do. I think I wrote some stuff after I talked to you guys last. I'm almost positive I did. Yeah, on the 18th, which was Saturday, I wrote 200 words on The Wind in the Wild because I was editing. The day before that, I wrote 1,500 words. 500 of it was The Wind in the Wild, 1,000 of it was on Bear. So I'm at 7,100 words for the month, which is not too bad given all the editing we have to do. Back to the drawing In Dying Starlight covers I go. I want you guys to know that outside there is a mockingbird that will not shut up. And this only annoys me because he will also not shut up at night. 'Tis the time of the year for romance in the bird world, apparently, because he's been singing for a mate for days and days and days without stop. Stop telling me to update, computer. I'll do it later. Today is Wednesday, May 22nd. I didn't really do much of anything yesterday. I wrote 300 words on Bear yesterday, and I finished book 9's cover for In Dying Starlight, which I had started on Monday. The editing, we're still trying to get this done by the end of the month. I didn't do it yesterday. We will get it done. I'm still trying to draft a little bit of Bear every day. I had a lot of ideas for that book yesterday. I didn't write very much, but I had some ideas, and then I had some ideas that were like too far on the dramatic scale, even for me, for what this book is. Working them in a more appropriate fashion and working stuff out. So yeah, still in that awkward first chapter. I made a little community post, but I'll say it in this video too, and I'll keep that community post open for a little while. I would like to do another Kickstarter advice type of video, so if you have any questions about the Kickstarter process, especially something I didn't get to in my other Kickstarter video, I just keep like patting him on the head. If you have any questions, go over to the community tab and leave them there. You can leave them in this comment section if you want, but there's a whole community little post for it. There's a few questions already in there. I'm also going to talk a little bit more about shipping, because every once in a while I get a question from somebody in the comments asking about shipping, and I explain it there, but it would be cool to actually explain it in a video. So I'm going to talk a bit about how shipping works. But I think that's all we're doing for right now. I just have very similar things on the to-do list right now, which is edit a chapter a day, try to work on Bear a little bit a day, and do artwork and or formatting things every day. I gotta do other stuff, but like I'm really trying to do a little bit of it every day. Alright, see you in the next clip.
Fuzzy dog, are you eating some grass? Yeah? Jose, you're out of focus. There you are. Huh?
Okay, we have updates. It's Wednesday, May 29th. It's the end of the month. And that's not good. But yeah, we're almost at the end of the month. Can't remember what I told you in any of the last couple of clips. I got In Dying Starlight 9, the cover done on that, and I formatted 5 and 6. So this week, I would like to do book 10's cover design, format 7 and 8. Obviously continue writing and continue editing. So yesterday I did not get my chapter done. Yesterday though, I did write 200 words on Bear. The first chapter of Bear is officially done. Is it terrible? Yes. Does it have a lot of names in brackets? Yes. But it's the awkward beginning stage, so it's fine. So I'm 30 chapters into the fantasy romance, as far as editing goes. I got 31, 32, and an epilogue, which that is precisely, 3 days left. I was hoping I'd have a little bit more time than that, but here's where I'm at. We're almost done. It's all almost filled in. Oh yeah, last week I did get started on the case cover art design for The Wind in the Wild. The case cover is what goes under the dust jacket, so it's not the actual cover, but it's very close. And I've got a nice mixture of a design that will work fine for just print-on-demand books, and I can pick really good elements of it to do foil on for the special edition. I'm avoiding the cover because I have Under the Earth to live up to for a cover design. Also, fantasy romance covers are specific. I want it to be marketable, but I don't like most fantasy romance covers. Ignore the existential crisis I had in the last clip. Everything's fine. It's Friday, May 31st. We'll get to the writing thing in a minute. I'm just gonna get out of the way that a friend gave me this blanket thing. It has pockets. Okay, so I had a chat over, Zoom actually. I had a chat over Zoom with the fulfillment company that I'm going to use for The Wind in the Wild in August, and the fact that they are taking 90%, well, more than that, basically all the fulfillment off of my plate. Like, there's stuff I'm still going to need to do, and I'm going to have like a small level for like 25 backers. It's going to be like a book box type thing. That really helped a lot with trying to figure out what to do for Nightfallen, because it'll be fine. I can just fulfill Nightfallen with no hurry and no worry, because the fulfillment company I'm going to use is gonna be fantastic for the fantasy romance in August. If I don't have like 18 existential crises about a project, I'm not really doing it. So I will get back to you on Monday or Wednesday or whenever, because we're not quite done with this month yet. It's the morning and I have stuff to do today as far as my writing and my editing, and the point of this month's vlog, which was to edit The Wind in the Wild. I finished the major line edits on The Wind in the Wild. This is what my chart looks like now. I have added a little thing down here that says all brackets filled in, which is basically when all the characters are named, all the brackets are done, and everything is crossed off of my list of developmental edits, I will fill that in, and it will be ready to go to beta readers. Not completely done. I'm gonna have to continue line editing off and on until it literally, until I have to hand it to my editor, and even then, after that, I'm in the middle of doing that right now. As of this morning, all the characters are named. All the brackets are filled in. There are no more brackets, there are no more character name placeholders. What I have to do today is reread chapter 24, which is the most iffy chapter in the book, and see if it ruins the pacing at all, or if there's stuff that doesn't need to be in here. And I have a list of developmental edits that were 34 bullet points. I have crossed all of them out except for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 bullet points left to do. I gotta do those things and reread chapter 24. And then I'm gonna email my beta readers and be like, hey, would you like to read my 123,000 word book? We are close. I think even at a sentence level, it's like 90% there. For how long it took me to draft this book, it's not taken me that long to edit. I think it's pretty solid. Let that be a lesson to me. Don't let that be a lesson to me. I don't want to take 11 months to draft the next fantasy romance book. No. Last day of the month. I got this. Okay. It's Monday, June 3rd. I finished the editing. Where's my little notebook thing? So I finished the editing. Obviously, I still have line edits to do, but I'm sending it off to my beta readers. Ta-da! It's all filled in. Didn't take me as long to go through all the developmental edits as I thought. This book is pretty solid. You wanna know what I did yesterday? I started writing Thistle, and I wrote 500 words on it. But that was the end of the May vlog. Oh yeah, I also did In Dying Starlight 11's cover yesterday. I just skipped right over 10 and went to 11, and I don't know why I did that. It was not a conscious decision. I just started doing book 11 and forgot that it wasn't book 10. I don't remember if there was any other things I was gonna talk about getting done. Oh, Kickstarter tomorrow. We're going with that. We're doing it. This is where I'm going to end this vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, giving it a thumbs up and a subscribe really helps out my channel. June is going to be a lot of a month. I have plans to do many things, but we can go over that in the next vlog. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!